got a lot of nerve riding around in a car with some hooligan. I was gonna whip your mouth behind.
Granddad, please stop, Granddad. I swear to God, Granddad, please, you killing me. Stop.
Well, what the hell you doing smoking a cigarette?
Oh, God.
Cleveland, this is for you.
I'm a black man that comes from a household with 5 kids. All right, I seen a lot of butt whoopings in my day. This is one of the most prolific. 114-80, 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, game 7. I'm not even done watching the game. Like you gonna see, it's still ticking. All right, the game is not over yet. All right, but it's over. It's over. Like the way they got dismantled in this game, and this is why it's so important to watch the games, because I'm looking at the stat sheet and I didn't even realize it was as close as it was in the stat sheet versus what we were seeing. For example, offensive rebounds 12-9. I thought that was way bigger discrepancy. Then you look at turnovers, 20-12 points off turnovers. Thought that difference was way bigger than that, right? But some of the biggest things that's important in this game, points in the paint, 52. Then you look at 28 assists, and then you look at 42 free throws attempted. The reason why that's important is because, number one, Detroit's one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, but they're one of the best defensive teams when guarding the basket. Points in the paint, all right, defensively, right? Jared Allen, 23-7. You get Mobley, 19-12. You get Donovan Mitchell, yeah, he's giving you 26 points, but the reason why this is so much more important than this number is because when you get into the painted area versus a team that is known for dominating the paint and you dismantle them like that, that is a psychological thing. You are playing a chess match with them, and when you hit them in the mouth, they don't have a response for that. See, what was going on with Detroit tonight was they were letting Cleveland get into the paint, and Cleveland was getting downhill and drop off. They were getting into pick and roll, hit the short roll, and then that guy was going to hit the dunker spot. That's why Evan Mobley has 6 assists tonight, because him and Jared Allen was dominating the paint. They were taking turns, short roll to the dunker. They were switching spots off and on. And the reason why this is so important right here is because when he's not only creating for himself on a night when James Harden's giving you 9 points, 2 of 10, Max Strus 8 points seems bigger than what it is. Merrill 23 points, incredibly huge, because guess what? Merrill's typically not going to have this output if Donovan Mitchell has 2 assists, and then you look, James Harden still shoot. No. All right. When Donovan Mitchell is sharing the wealth and still able to get his own, Cleveland's a much more dangerous team. And the reason why this game is so stinking important for the future of the Detroit Pistons is because when you look down at this, okay, you see Cunningham. He can get his own shot. He can have big numbers. We've seen him versus Orlando. We've seen him earlier in this series. Great performances, right? He can dominate a game. In my opinion, he's in that superstar realm. All right. We can stamp him, in my opinion, right? Some people might not feel that way. I think we can stamp him as a superstar. Stuart Thompson, what are you going to be doing this summer, my boy? What are you going to be doing this summer? And look, Tobias Harris, 19 points for the playoffs. Now you're looking like your old self. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Tobias Harris over me. We're back at square one with that. Jalen Duren, 9 rebounds, cool, but you giving me 7 points and you getting dogged out by Jared Allen. You getting dog walked by Wendell Carter. You need to work on getting the bag. Something that's a little bit more than just a short roll into the paint. You got to give me some moves on the block, over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder, drop step, just dunking on them. Watch some Shaq film. You got to give me a little bit more than what you're giving me, and that's one of the reasons why Cade had such a hard time throughout the course of the playoffs. One key thing for Detroit to recognize or at least acknowledge, Cade had 5 turnovers, led the playoffs in turnovers. He's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. All right, we have to sit down and have a conversation. Is he that? And that's a no. The reason being, when Duncan Robinson was out with an injury, okay, why didn't they put another scorer into the lineup next to Cade Cunningham? Why did they put another decision maker in that spot? because he's not going to be a point guard going forward. In the playoffs, this is where all these things unfold. This is where you see these things happen. Players, I mean, they start to find out what position they really play the deeper they go into the playoffs. You look at guys like Devin Booker. We realize Devin Booker, he can handle the rock, he can initiate offense, but when it comes to the playoffs, he's not a point guard. Get him somebody that can handle the rock for him and allow him to be a scorer. But all these problems got exposed. But whew, it hits different when your offense is struggling. Fine. But when you're a defensive-oriented team, defensive-minded team, and you get defensively dismantled, it looks a lot different, and it looks a little bit more concerning. It gives me, we need to make a phone call to the LA Clippers. We need to make a phone call to the Milwaukee Bucks, because you can afford to lose Thompson if you're getting back a guy like Kawhi Leonard, if you're getting back a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo. So those are decisions going to be made. Get a jump shot or you're out of town. That's the conversation that's going to be had throughout the course of the summer. But by no means do I take anything away from this saying, Cade Cunningham, I mean, you failed Detroit. I mean, look, he had a bad game. Let's be honest. He had a bad game. But when you're guarding James Harden, when you're guarding Donovan Mitchell, when you're chasing Max Strus, when you're pressuring James Harden full court, then you got to come back. You got to initiate offense without any spacing. When you have no shooters on the basketball court, it's going to look like this. But James Harden is still James Harden. I mean, that's all I'm happy about. Get this video, like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments, what is Detroit Pistons summer going to look like going forward? That's one more for the good guys.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they